Hey guys, welcome to another video by Simplilearn. In today's video, we're going to be learning all about GraphQL and REST. But before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to never miss an update. So let's go ahead and understand the major differences between GraphQL and REST API. So first, let's look at what's in store for us. We'll start the session by understanding what REST is. Then we'll look at what GraphQL is. Then we'll look at the differences between GraphQL and REST based on different parameters. And finally, I'll help you understand which one to choose. So without further ado, let's begin. So what exactly is REST? REST is basically a set of architectural constraints and not a protocol or a standard. Now, API developers can implement REST in several ways. So REST API, which is also known as the RESTful API, like I mentioned, is an API that conforms to the constraints of REST architectural style. And REST stands for Representational State Transfer and was created by computer scientist Roy Fielding. Now, to help you understand this better, in REST architecture, APIs expose their functionality as resources which are any type. It could be a service, it could be data, or an object that a client can access. Right? So every resource comes with a unique URI or a uniform resource identifier that a client can access by sending a request to the server. So whenever a client calls a RESTful API, the server will respond with a representation of the state of the queried resource. So common REST implementations utilize HTTP methods. It could be get, post, put, delete, patch, etc. So this was about REST API. Then what exactly is GraphQL? Now, when the concept of REST was developed, client applications were relatively simple and the development pace wasn't nearly where it is today. So REST was a good fit for many applications. However, the API landscape has dramatically changed now. So GraphQL was introduced by Facebook in 2012 because the team needed a data fetching API that was powerful enough to describe all of Facebook and simple enough to be easy to use and learn by the product developers. So basically, GraphQL is a query language that is used for querying data, and unlike other querying language like SQL, it does not use a particular type of data storage or a database. So instead, GraphQL can be used to query data from any number of different sources. So this was about GraphQL. Now that you know what GraphQL and REST are, let's look at the differences between the two. Although their objectives remain the same, they have significant differences. So let's look at them one by one. First up is architecture. Now, GraphQL, as I mentioned, is a query language that offers excellent efficiency and flexibility for solving common problems when integrating APIs. And one thing to remember is that GraphQL is client-driven. When it comes to REST, it is an architectural pattern and not a language, and it is widely used as a conventional standard for designing APIs. And also, REST is server-driven. Talking about deployment, GraphQL deploys over HTTP using a single endpoint and provides full capabilities of the service. When it comes to REST, it is deployed over URLs and each of them exposes a single resource used by a client. Talking about web caching, GraphQL lacks an automatic caching mechanism and it uses libraries to do the same. And REST, on the other hand, comes with an automatic, robust caching mechanism. Moving ahead, let's talk about data fetching. Now, GraphQL fetches specific data with a single API call, while in REST, you can have multiple API calls for a fixed data fetch. Documentation. Now, GraphQL uses a single tool that is predominantly used for documentation, and that is GraphQL. And talking about REST, there's a wide range of options for documentation. It could be OpenAPI or API Blueprint. And lastly, talking about error handling. GraphQL complicates handling of HTTP status codes to identify errors, while in the case of REST, it uses HTTP status codes to identify errors easily. So in simple terms, error handling is a little more complicated in GraphQL compared to REST API. So now that you know the differences between the two, you must be wondering which one to choose. The answer to the question is extremely subjective and largely depends on your specific project requirements. Now, for example, if you want to breathe some fresh air into your API development using a modern design style that does not require making multiple rounds of trips to fetch data, then GraphQL could be the best option. But on the other hand, if you intend to use a tried and proven technique that comes with robust native caching or authentication capabilities, then REST could be your best option. Now, if you know the constraints and trade-offs that go into each API design style, you can comfortably pick the option that best fits your use case. Better still, you can also employ a mix and match approach that uses both of them. So ultimately, it's a choice and depends on your specific requirements. And so with that, we come to the end of the session on GraphQL versus REST. If you have any doubts or queries, let us know in the comment section below. We'll get back to you immediately. So watch out for more videos from us. Until then, keep learning and stay tuned to Simply Learn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simply Learn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.